Hi all dear subscribers of the channel Top 10 UNB. There are many strange and mysterious things out there. Many people constantly strive to find out and search for answers to such strange things. We rely on experts, scientists to find answer, but sometimes we have the same difficulty we encounter when encountering strange phenomena. Whether it is the object or the event, such strange phenomena still confuse people until someone finds an explanation. Let's move on to the channel Top 10 UNB to go through 5 strange phenomena that science cannot explain. Time to start today's video. 1. Magnetic Lake. Most tourists come to Aurangabad to visit the World Heritage, the Ajanta Caves, and almost never visit Lonar. Lonar Lake is located in a 4-hour drive from Aurangabad in Buldana district, Maharashtra in western India. It is not visited by many tourists because many people do not know about this beautiful and mysterious place. In November 2004, NASA's satellite Terra obtained a wonderful image of this mysterious lake. Scientists have long been puzzled by the strange electromagnetic disturbances in this area and have tried to find the cause. The lake water is not normal and it seems to be in the wrong position. NASA scientists and Indian geological surveyors have long wondered how Lake Lonar can exist and what happened to it. Lonar Lake is about 150 meters deep with an average diameter of about 1,830 meters. The lake is perfectly circular in shape, which shows evidence of higher number of magnetic properties than the surrounding area. Lake Lonar has caused scientists to try to find answers to questions such as why is a lake alkaline and salty at the time? Why do microbes that are rarely found on Earth exist there? Why is the compass not working in some parts of the crater? And what is hidden below? Geologists believe that in fact the lake could be the result of a meteorite collision. While examining the lake and the lake water, local geologists found mineral and rock fragments formed with high pressure, high temperature metamorphosis occurred. Scientists have discovered unusual minerals such as kaolinite masses, a type of natural glass formed only by extremely high velocity effects. It is one of our 4 supersede craters with a basalt impact structure. The other 3 basaltic action structures are in southern Brazil, and this beautiful Lonar Lake can be described as a little-known miracle on Earth. 2. Artistic ice holes. While flying over east of the Beaufort Sea as part of NASA's Ice Bridge campaign, scientist John Sontag created images that he had never seen before. On the April 14th, the holes in the ice are like strange creatures they have never seen before, unlike anything that exists in the Arctic. While experts agree that this is an area the ice is thin with rather gray color and a sign that there is only a thin layer of ice covering the surface, a more likely explanation is that it was caused by seals, taking advantage of the soft, porous ice to gnaw the air holes, letting them get on top of the water to breathe. Because seals, unlike fish, do not breathe on their gills, but breathe through their lungs, so they often have to rise to the surface of the water to breathe fresh air. If the holes are less than 2 meters in size, most likely, these are just hot springs or underground hot water leaks, said by a glacier expert from Maryland University. Around the 3 holes, an area of ice that is thinner than average can be observed. If according to the seal hypothesis, this could be because when the seal rises above, the water overflows, melting and abrasion the surrounding ice and snow, said Walt Mayer, a scientist at the National Snow and Ice Data Center. But he said the thin ice could also be due to the surface ice being sucked into the pit, some drainage mechanism. 3. Huge tsunami. In April 2003, NASA's flagship satellite Terra obtained a terrifying image from the South China Sea. It looked like one of the biggest tsunamis ever, and it headed straight for Hong Kong, a city of 7 million people. If you see a wave on from a satellite, and with the modern technology of these satellites, it means that the wave must be quite huge. Experts measured the wave at the time and concluded it was 150 meters tall, 10 times higher than the Indian Ocean tsunami that killed at least 2,300 people. When we think of a great tsunami, we would think it would be hundreds of meters high, or a large wave would be about 10 to 15 meters high or something like that. But did you know that we had waves in the ocean as high as 610 meters? It was as high as a skyscraper. Then something extraordinary happened. It didn't touch the mainland. The giant tsunami disappeared from satellite imagery. Scientists reported the apparent tsunami suddenly disappeared into the air, fueling a host of conspiracy theories as what happened was just a technical error. Modern satellites satellites contain a large number of very sensitive devices. When we launch them into space or send them online, a lot of things can happen. But the systems on Terra's satellite are constantly being tested and all are working well. A hypothesis began to spread. Huge waves that could be man-made or experimented on, perhaps an underwater weapon. Some believe such weapons were previously used to attack Japan. But there are some experts who believe that the 2011 tsunami that knocked down Fukushima nuclear power plant could be man-made. During the World War II, two scientists from the US and New Zealand conducted a series of tests in which underwater explosions were used to trigger giant tidal waves, capable of destroying coastal cities. What is more confusing is that a tsunami tends to increase its speed until it falls to land. But why does this wave disappear? 4. Moving Island. On October 1, 2012, a jet pilot flying over the Pacific Ocean, some 800 kilometers from New Zealand, saw something strange on the water below. Looking closer, the pilot was shocked. It's an island. There are around 25,000 islands in the Pacific Ocean, but that is not what shocked this discovery. The area where he sees the island is said to be the open ocean. Investigators immediately referenced scans of the satellite area, and their suspicions were correct. Something came true in the middle of nowhere. Where does it all come from? What are we seeing? It lasted for about 322 kilometers. When analysts compared the pilot's area of sight with the latest satellite imagery, they discovered something disturbing. Whatever the object is, it seems to be moving. But how the island can move? On August 9, a week after discovering the strange sight, the New Zealand Navy dispatched a ship to study the strange phenomenon. When they get there, they see a unique place that looks like mud or some kind of rock, just floating on the water. But how did the giant rock move across the ocean, seemingly defying the laws of physics? But it really happened. Some argue that the island was formed by pumice, a light rock resembling the material formed when volcanoes spray lava into water. Is this a giant anomaly of formation caused by billions and billions of pumice stones floating on the surface of the ocean? If you have any further information, please let me know in the comments below. 5. The biggest transit ever. Scientists made a tense discovery on an observational flight over a remote bay in the south of Chile, Patagonia. 337 dead whales, and it is the largest scientifically known whale stranded event. Due to the remoteness of the area and the roughness of the sea, scientists were unable to directly examine the whale. But aerial photography and satellite has identified 305 bodies and 32 skeletons in the area between Las Pinas and Puerto Natales, on the southernmost tip of the continent. Scientists are still trying to figure out the cause of death, and the government of Chile opened an investigation, as whales are protected there. Based on their size and location, they say they may be sei whales, which are in danger of extinction. 19.5 meters height and weighs 50 tons, sei whale is a marine mammal that's a vegetarian and can swim at speeds up to 50 kilometers per hour. Scientist Nelson wondered, what the orca whale or killer whale? It's the orca whale or killer whale. The size of the orca whale is only 1/3 that of the sei whale, but their brains are much bigger. They act like a pack of wolves in the sea. However, when scientist Haley Chamberlain studied images, she debated the killer whale theory. She feels that with a huge number of whales trapped here, the killer whale theory is very unlikely. Investigators examine theory. She feels that with the huge number of whales trapped here, the killer whale theory is very unlikely. Investigators examine other cases of bizarre mass death of whales and discover a common military practice session. No wonders that military operations may cause some sort of trauma. Nelson revealed that in July 2011, British naval planes took part in a bombing exercise on a small island in Cape Wrath, Scotland, and missed their targets. 3 450-kilogram energy bombs were dropped in the middle of the ocean and exploded exploded on the seafloor. You can imagine what that explosion would do to a whale, a very sensitive animal. They use sonar to listen, and in a whale's environment, it's like being hit in the head by a baseball bat, deaf and confused. While biologists turned to isolated coves to study the nearby whales, they found no evidence of internal damage related to military testing, but a piece of stomach is approved. The presence of microorganisms is known to be a toxic algae that causes red tide. When shellfish eat algae, they accumulate lethal nerve toxins in their tissues, and a toxic time bomb enters the food chain. Thank you for watching all of the videos. If you can explain the above phenomena, let me know in the comment section below, or tell me through the fan page of the channel, Top 10 UNB. Bye-bye and see you again!